All right, guys, here we are. Diablo Immortal's live stream. You know what? I better get that music down. I don't know if they're gonna have issues with it or not, but we're just gonna be going around and killing things. I am going to do. If anybody pops in and has any questions, please do ask. Let me make sure this is streaming correctly. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I will be doing a full-on review. I'm about 10 or so hours in. Going to be playing another 10 hours between now and tomorrow on PC. I spent roughly the first 10 hours on mobile. Hey, what's up, Darth? Yeah, so I'll be providing my feedback, and my full review will be providing more feedback as well. But I wanted to do this stream to give people an opportunity to come and talk with me. So, a full disclosure, back before I had kids and I had a little bit more disposable income, I used to be what I would call a baby whale. So, how do I define a baby whale? So, a full-blown whale has pretty much no limits. So, you know, there are people that will be full whales in Diablo Immortals that will probably spend 50, 60, maybe even $100,000. A baby whale is somebody that's not a free-to-play and not a super casual. What I will consider a casual is anybody that spends anywhere between $0 and then maybe pays for the Game Pass and some of the little mini good value acceleration portions that I'll be talking about in my review. Now, for me, I was a baby whale because there were numerous free-to-play games where I crossed over $1,000. I'm not too proud of it, but when Diablo 2 came out and they had the real money auction house, I think I ended up spending a little bit over $2,500 on the real money auction house back when it was super difficult, and if you didn't have bot gear, you couldn't get to the high difficulty levels. The best loot was epic gear, like the yellow gear. It wasn't even legendaries. Legendaries were trash. This is like super vanilla Diablo 2. So that was probably the last time around I was a whale. It was right around Diablo 2, maybe a year or two after that. So that's my perspective. So my question is, can I come and play this game and have fun? So I'm going to be kind of playing this again. For my full thoughts, you're going to want to check out my review. But I want to jump in. Right now, I am playing with a keyboard and mouse. Actually, on an iPad, I enjoyed it. I don't really enjoy it on a phone. It kind of hurts my hands after a while. I have pretty big hands. Even on my big phone, though, it just kind of it doesn't feel right. If you put the iPad kind of like on its kickstand on your lap, and kind of so you don't have to hold the weight of the iPad, it feels pretty good, and it feels good of a controller. But I'm actually getting used to the mouse control, just like in Diablo 3, and I think it feels rather good. So I'm going to go ahead and just start playing. We're going to play for maybe 2 hours or so. And again, if I have any questions that pop up from individuals, I will make sure to do my best to answer them. And if there's no questions, then there's no questions, and then that's not going to be an issue now, is it? All right, and let me see. I actually got to get the overlay turned on because I just realized did not have that enabled. So I would not notice the chat if it pops up. All right. Here we go. Let's jump on in. They do actually have a pretty cool auto navigation system, which I kind of like. If you select, ooh, that might be a little loud. Let's get the sound noises down a little bit. And then you drop it a little bit. That should be better. Let's see. Is this
I need a corpse for that.
I think that the audio should be okay. If it's loud for anybody, you guys can let me know. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and just continue the story for now. Through the chamber. What's kind of cool, you can click on the quest you're on, and it will open a teleporter to the nearest areas. They do have an auto navigation feature, but if it's a brand new area you haven't been to, it's not going to give you access to that. One feature that nobody seems to be talking about that I really love is this option here it has build recommendations. So you unlock this a little bit, like it's something feature-wise that opens, but it tells you right here for like a Necromancer. Here's a cool combo of using Command Skeleton, Grim Scythe plus Corp Explosion. Here's a pure pet build, and here's like a Bonar PvP build. So it gives you recommendations for PvE and PvP, and it'll even show you, here's the build progress, which of the skills have you unlocked for this, the actual recommended legendaries for this. I mean, it really holds your hand, and even the legendary gems you're gonna want to get, as well as a secondary gear set option. So I think that's kind of a cool. Nobody really mentions that, and yeah. So very user friendly. You notice I don't have the auto moving, but we do have the little baby steps here that are gonna tell us where to go, which is kind of nice, to be honest. I don't like, it's kind of, you can just focus mainly on the fighting and the killing and all that good stuff. Check out my cool pets. And I think I used to only have 2 of these skeletons, I want to say, and then it's gone up to 3. I don't know why I thought I used to have 2. Maybe I just didn't really notice it because I was on the iPad, but on this big PC screen, kind of nice. All right, so we're heading to, the mission is to just reach the chamber. Okay, cool.
This is the location on the map, but it is no prison. The entrance must still be concealed.
Most of the game is voice acted, although I've noticed sometimes randomly certain elements are not, which I thought was kind of weird. Like random text or not.
The water in the nearby pool is rushing away. That must be it.
The graphics are quite nice though. Definitely comparable to Diablo 3. And so now this is kind of pretty much feels like a now the one thing that's nice about the, well, I'm gonna lower this a little bit more because it's kind of bugging me. It may very well be okay for other people, but I'm not a huge fan of it blowing my eardrums out. There we go. Oop. Boss incoming. See how this goes.
That ability must recharge. Without a corpse, I cannot. Recharging. That ability must recharge.
I will say I really like the Necromancer quite a bit. He's got the single target damage from the main ability that's pretty decent, and his pets as well. But he has good AOE if you're using the corpse explosion, and actually still use the bone sight as well, which sets up the corpse explosion pretty nice, because what happens is when you bone scythe things, it like this, it depending on how many enemies you hit, you can create up to 2 corpses, and so you can kind of generate your own corpses on a boss fight.
All that remains is to bring it to Tabri.
Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And for restaurants right now, I'm level 35. It goes pretty fast. Like I said, I started playing last night, and I've gotten to level 35 within the first 8 to 10 hours or so. I'm not really power gaming or anything, to be honest with you. I'm doing some of the dailies and the main story. Again, the flow is really, really good.
You've returned. And here we just come to assist.
Oops. Love it when little...
Give it more time.
Apparently some scorpions jumped me.
You've returned. And here we just come to assist you. You have the jewel already, don't you? You've returned. And here
it's kind of
we
weird.
just
If you
come
click
to
on a
assist
text,
you.
it'll close your
You have the jewel already,
your
don't you?
discussion, so you gotta make sure to click deliver item. Cool. Was that a cosmetic? Yeah, and what's kind of cool too is when you equip gear, if it has like, if you have any gems in it, will automatically ask you if you want to swap over to gems, which is kind of cool. So whether it's the normal gems or the legendary gems, it's very easy to transition from loot to loot. You don't even have to go like to any special person to do that.
I can hardly believe it. You may never truly understand what you have done for us this day. You have given me the right to rule this land. And more importantly, provided us with a symbol that can unite our scattered people against Vate. Rise up.
The scepter is whole again. This moment will be remembered forever.
The voice acting is quite good across the board, I found.
Let
Similar
a
to the
new
graphics.
light dawn upon the Shastar Sea!
Alright, so talk to Tabri.
It's funny. When I met you, I told you these sands tend to devour hope. I have never been happier to be proven wrong, my friend. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise. Peth will provide you with access to the library of Zoltun Kulle, just north of Sereth Outpost. Only he knows the ancient spell that parts the sands.
Now, it's important to note that this story happens between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. So there is, you're going to notice a lot of characters that are going to pop up that maybe you faced in Diablo 3, like Zoltun Kulle, that are still alive. I kind of like that. I call this kind of like the Better Call Saul effect. You know, if you've watched Breaking Bad and then you play, Better Call Saul, there's throwbacks, and I kind of like that effect. So you don't have to have played Diablo 3 and or Diablo 2 to enjoy this game, but you're definitely going to get some callbacks to enjoy if you have. Oops, it's to the side here. All right, let's keep on going.
Be safe, and know that I may call upon your services again. You have been quite the partner, after all.
And again, any questions, do throw them out.
This way, friend. We'll use the waypoint to reach Sereth quickly.
I also want to point out that most of the time, if you notice in the upper left-hand corner here, there's this little icon. These are kind of the reminders for like the pay-to-win stuff for the most part, but it's kind of off to the side. So it's, even though you'll have pop-ups coming up whenever you beat major dungeons, for like one-time little packages that are between $1 and maybe $4, it's not nearly as obtrusive, at least the first 20 hours or so, or 10 hours rather, as a lot of free-to-play games. Now, it's been spoken to death already, and I will re-emphasize this. If you have a really competitive spirit and you're not a whale, this is not the place for you. In fact, if you take a look at here, the leaderboard button here, don't even open this. This right here is purely made to make you feel bad and to get you to spend a ton of money. So here I am, I'm 387 is a first reward for a challenger of the first one I did on my server. Here's the #1 guy. And obviously as people spend more and more money, etc., the gap between this is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I would say just stay away from the leaderboard effects. Even playing with other players, I hate to say it, playing with people that spend a lot of money is going to make you feel kind of bad. The good news is this game is fully soloable. If you're going to play solo, or you're going to play just with friends on a warband, like in a guild, this can be quite enjoyable. But again,
Our path leads by the sand
if you're going to play
camp.
PvP
So beware.
or random people, just know you're gonna definitely feel the difference when you play with somebody that spends a lot of money. So just being completely transparent on that. But again, I've been playing by myself, playing a class that's very, very good solo, and I've been having a lot of fun right now. What is that? Huh. That's a person.
Give it more time. Without a corpse, I cannot.
I really do like the Necromancer pet playstyle in this game. And I'm doing like a hybrid build, which I'm really enjoying.
Tell us where the scepter is. We know you've been collecting the pieces.
I must wait, it seems. Give it more time. I must wait, it seems.
We need to get out of here before more of them arrive. The
Man,
library
get out of
isn't far,
here.
But we've never been inside. There were too many warnings. It seems even the Horadrim feared Zoltun Kul's domain.
Follow path to the library. All right. Now, you will know when you're in one of the major dungeons, because when you're in a major dungeon, it's going to give you a little pop-up asking you what difficulty you want to run it, and whether you want to group up with somebody else. So just the fact that this like auto zones you in just tells me it's not one of those mega dungeons. And I use that term loosely because the mega dungeons, they don't really take that long. This is just like an open dungeon. But then you saw there was some other random person playing this with me.
Not yet.
What is this little chest there, I see? Nice. Oh, cursed chest.
Death is patient.
So it said it was activated by somebody else? Okay. I guess we got to talk to Beth. I guess I missed that. Let me go back. What the heck? I literally missed him completely. Where was he? He must have been at the beginning. Holy moly, okay. Oh, apparently I gotta talk to him outside. We're going in here. I got a little premature dungeon run. Oh, wait,
If I
there it is.
believed in it, I would wish you luck, friend. Still, you did survive Fahir's tomb. So perhaps you stand a chance. And don't worry about us. The Amber Blades will retake Shassar, thanks to you.
Cool.
Allow me to do my part. Let the path be open.
Oh. Well, it was already a little open, but... Huh. Alright. Well. Cool, thanks. I guess I artificially entered because somebody else had come in.
This is it. The library of Zoltun Kulle.
He warned
Yeah.
me you And after centuries, here you are. I am the curator.
Death is patient.
I am no thief! Spare me. Your trespass is at its end.
No, not yet. Give it more time. Death
I do
is
feel
patient.
so far all the boss abilities are telegraphed pretty fairly.
Still recharging.
And
The
most
ages
encounters,
made me so weak. To die at the hands of a common pilferer. What a waste.
I have no intention to kill you. I came to this library seeking knowledge. A way to end the threat posed by the shards of the World Stone.
How whimsical. Well, if such knowledge exists, the Master would have indeed stored it away here, in his private archives. Unfortunately for you, I cannot reach said location. The library has been ravaged by time, and has fallen into disrepair. But it could be restored. If you truly are no thief, then perhaps you will prove your innocence.
What do you have in mind?
First, I must regain my strength. And a myriad of monsters stand between us and the statue where that can happen. Considering my weakened state is your fault, I let you clear the way.
now considering this is a story part, I think it's kind of weird. It's like an open zone, you see other people fighting and stuff. I think this would have been nice being instanced. It's a little distracting. Then like Darth Molly run by and stuff. And Foe Bane. Love the names, that's great.
The sands above us birthed nightmares of hellish origin. They proved useful to the Master, but to me, they are a nuisance.
I need a corpse for...
There is knowledge from all over the world, as long as you know how to find it, and how to read it.
Death is patient. That ability must recharge.
Admirably done. Our destination is just ahead. Let's hurry this along, shall we? That orb the statue is holding should be teeming with transmutational energy. Unfortunately, it is not. All 3 runes have been removed from the pedestal. No wonder the statue has fallen silent. They will need to be recovered if we are to continue on your quest. Yeah, look for yourself.
Now if you guys just saw about it, somebody pop up asking if I'd want to join. But again, I'm mainly playing by myself here.
Obtaining the runes may require some wit to accomplish. Good luck.
Hey Leather Jacket, the mobile version came out today, or yesterday, and I'm playing on the PC version. They're cross-platform. So I can play on my phone, on my tablet, or go on PC. So it's all live. You can play the full version, free to play. I'm basically, I'm playing for $20. I got the Game Pass. I got something called, where is it? And I'll discuss this in my review. But I got something called this, Boon of Plenty for $9.99. So that's $15 that I've kind of committed for a 30-day gameplay. And I've gotten a couple of these little, you'll see here, this is a more expensive one. I had 2 or 3 of these 99-cent ones. Whenever you beat a major dungeon, you get these high-value kind of packets of loot. This one I haven't purchased because it's $5 and I didn't want to push over $20. So my whole thing is how fun can it be for 20 bucks? Because it is free to play, and I figured $20 is how much a lot of people will pay for like an early access Steam release equivalent. So not a full like $60 game, but also not full free to play, because you do get some nice value benefits for like the little membership. I call it memberships, the little passes, etc. And again, the gameplay is really, really quite good. Graphics are amazing. Voice acting. I mean, this is on par quality of Diablo 3 for the most part. And it's got, I think, a lot more content. But, and again, this has been mentioned by numerous people. If you're free to play, stay far away from PvP. If you like being competitive as far as how much damage you do, just stick to solo play or only playing with your friends, because there's a giant gap between whales and free-to-play players.
There's an inscription. I awaken when 9 flames burn bright. Making one as day makes others as night. Touching the tablet rekindles your plight. It's some form of test. Ugh, I despise tests. Best get to it.
Light online lamps. Oh, so wow, okay, there's a little... It's one of these tests. Ugh. The question is, wait, can other people interact with this, or just everybody's individual? I've done puzzles like this before, and I know there's a science to it, and I am not great at it. Hey Dakota, no. Definitely hasn't been asked too much. So, there's a multi-level answer to that.
This is making my head ache. Perhaps there's a clue somewhere. Or maybe the curator knows a way past this.
Yeah, it's funny. So, quality-wise, graphic, sound, all top-notch. This is a AAA quality when it comes to audio design, video design. It plays amazingly well on new-end mobile phones. It plays amazing on a tablet. My tablet, that's maybe 2 years old or so, 2 to 3 years old, I was able to play it for about 6 hours and my battery wasn't fully drained. I haven't played it on the phone for a prolonged period of time. It plays amazing on PC. Gameplay-wise, control-wise, I actually ended up liking it playing on a tablet. If I had it kind of like on my lap, I didn't really enjoy holding it. It hurt my wrist after a while. But the controls are very snappy. So you'll notice like the abilities have this auto aim with a mouse. It's very direct. But if you're playing on the tablet, if you're looking at a direction, it will auto snap to like the nearest enemy. So you can do kind of auto targeting in a lot of ways.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so there's a lot of story, Leather Jacket. There's a lot. It's like there's a lot of content here, for single player dungeons, etc. Just do note that this is the first Diablo that actually has PvP, obviously. And my thought is, if you actually are into PvP and you're not a whale, these are not the droids that you're looking for. How the hell do I get past this? Alright. Second. This is actually the first time I've had a weird puzzle like this. And I'm actually having a little trouble clicking on the things I want to click on the mouse. So pay to win. There's a tremendous amount of pay to win to here. Let's take a look at it real quick. So there's two levels of microtransaction. The first one I'm okay with, the other ones I'm not. If you go under services, there's a battle pass. I think that the $5 battle pass that I bought is worth it. You get some cosmetics, you get a lot of materials, they're good value for the money. The other one, the collector's edition, I don't like this. All it does is it gives you a couple extra cosmetics, and it gives you access to all the Empowered Track rewards, and it costs $15. And they also, like, if you buy the initial one, they'll say, oh, only $9.99 for the other one. This is like people that are completionists. They come at the end of the season and they want it all. Well, there you go. Boon of Plenty is kind of cool, though. You get a couple of buffs, like you get inventory expansion, remote market access. That's like where you can sell your items to the players. More market trade stuff, but really you get daily rewards. And for $10, if you log in every single day, you get really good value on it. So in my mind, you get these two. This is $15 a month, like any MMO. I'm okay with that. Hey, what's up, John? I'm okay with these two pay-to-wins because this is a AAA game. This has got a lot of content, and it's going to have continual content that's going to be added. So I am not going to kick myself if I were to pay $15 a month. There's some really cool cosmetics, but you can also buy these with the points you get from your service bundles. You get some of these points. I have 240 so far. You get some for free. And they look really cool. So here's the Winged Darkness. I mean, take a look at this. Crystalline Echoes. These cosmetics look pretty amazing. Most of them, like, these are kind of lame, but this one I could see myself sporting. Now, you get these things here. These are the only other thing. You get the free daily rewards. You always want to pick that up. And then you have these bundles that are related to each tomb. And they're going to give you a certain amount of the different materials that you need for crafting, etc. This one is a little too rich for my blood right now because I said I was only spending $20. The first three I found were 99 cents. I was okay with that. There's also a 99-cent beginner bundle to kind of get you hooked. Beyond that, everything is extremely predatory. The biggest purchase are these legendary crests. They basically cost $2.50 each. This is the only way to guarantee yourself legendary gems. And there's a whole conversation about legendary gems. If you guys want me to talk about legendary gems, I can. You can straight up buy currency. I would never do this. $99. I mean, this is just purely currency that you can get to get cosmetics and also to purchase these crests, which are the biggest money sink. So you can also buy other materials that, again, I would never do. Most of these other things you can buy or get from in-game currency. But again, the one thing that you cannot buy in-game currency are the Eternal Legendary Crests. So I'm going to go back to playing here. Let me see. Where's the curator? Let me see here. I'd prefer not to have to figure out this puzzle. But I might mess around with it. And he said there's supposed to be some sort of hint somewhere. Alright. Must wish I could reset this. This again. 10 hours in is the first time they added one of these weird... like an off-on system. Holy crap. How do you... There's no way I'm gonna figure this stuff out. Alright, is there a way around this? I need a way around this. Let's take a look. Was the curator around here? This is probably not what I wanted to stream, but at the same time, it's probably a good idea if there's some weird quote-unquote puzzles in the game. And this is the first one you run into like this, and it's about 10 hours in. Let me see. We originally leaving the event area. I'm kind of...
Obtaining the runes may require some wit to accomplish. Good luck.
I don't, I'm good. I don't want wit. I just want to smash things. Oh, it says, I tried my best to earn my loot, even through the fun of grinding, but does it seem to force you to purchase over grinding? It doesn't force you, but here's the question. You can beat the whole game and do all the normal content without issue. However, there is something called an immortal system.
No,
Basically,
not
the
yet.
top 10 players on the server become immortals, and they get unique access to like super high-end
ability
stuff.
must recharge.
It's all EP stuff. If you want to compete for one of those slots, you have zero chances of pay to win, free to win player. Again, if you're playing for your own self, you can get most things. Now, as a free to play player, you will never ever statistically get the best legendary gems, the tier 5 ones. They have a 5% chance of dropping when you use the legendary gems. And as far as I know, it's a 0 or near 0 chance if you're using the crests or the dungeons that are not free.
That tablet holds one of the runes. There's an inscription. It's some form of test.
All right, let me see here. I'm trying. I don't want to randomly click. So let's see. If we do this, it gets this corner. Okay, second. Can I? No. This would actually be easier on the tablet. I think if I get this corner and then I hit the center, I'll fix it. Yep, okay, and now... Really? Somebody just spawned the enemies on me? This should now activate. Maybe? Come on! Okay, I got all 9. There we go. Alright, so for those of you wanting to know how to do this puzzle at the beginning, activate each one of the 4 corners and in order, and then just hit the center one and it will unlock it. So, and if you mess up and do anything else, just go reset, exit the area and come back. So hit each one of the corner ones and followed by the center one. All right, now it says place the rune. Where are we placing the rune? That's the library of Zoltun Kulle rune. And there it is. Place the rune. So hopefully the other ones aren't quite as annoying.
That was fast. The second rune is powering the magic
All right,
circle.
now
just
killing
over there.
enemies, that's right up my
Defeat its
alley.
guardian, and it's yours.
Defeating guardians, you got it. Oh, did somebody defeat him? I can just take it? Alright, here's...
Prove your worth.
Test your might.
That ability must recharge.
So again, I love the Necromancer because worst case scenario, you can run away while your pets do most of the damage. And when ads spawn,
No, not yet.
you have good AoE options.
Recharging. My life
Ooh,
fades.
ouch.
It is not my time, it seems.
Definitely stood in the junk for too long. But that wasn't too bad. You can definitely tell it's optimized for touchscreen. It is the beta for PC, so clicking some things can be a little wonky sometimes.
Well done.
All right.
The final rune rests in a world that is a reflection of ours. Try not to lose perspective in there.
I will not.
Finally, a challenge. He's patient.
I like you said, finally a challenge. And then we kill him like super fast. Jane says here, Yudia is nearby and working on a similar objective. Invites to your party, and you can accept or reject. There is an option in settings to do auto loot. I highly recommend enabling
Where
it
am I?
because it's really annoying clicking on
This
everything.
place is cold, ruinous. Am I inside the mirror or beyond it?
Ooh, good question. All right, so check it out. If you go under settings, go under general, and right here, auto pickup items, normal, magic, rare. Legendaries never auto pickups. You get a manual do it. Eventually, you're just not going to pick up normal, probably, just because you don't even want to worth breaking it down. Then again, breaking down loot is super easy when you go to like a blacksmith. But did want to point that out. What is this? First rune?
The magic of this place is affecting the rune. It's ethereal. Wait,
Oh,
Something
reposition
happened
mirrors
when I
to
touched it.
eliminate the rune.
light?
Oh, yes. There we go. So this is one of those where you gotta rotate. Right? Ah, I see. So we needed to end up hitting there. Only gives you a couple options, so kind of clear. Okay. Bam. So there's your, if you needed to know what the setup is. This is the
Without a
design for
corpse,
it.
I cannot. That ability must recharge.
So there, let me just show the beam starts here. You need to move this one here. This one over here. One over here. You can ignore all these other ones.
Excellent. The damage you've done to me has finally been erased. At last, we are even, not thief.
Turn to the library. And so when you go into inventory, it kind of shows you nice and easy what's an upgrade. So you can literally just click on it, equip it. Notice it says, do you want to transfer socketed gems to the new item? Yep. And so it auto changes that. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why, it then, like, it moved it so you couldn't see anything. So you just got to click one of the tabs down here. They have a separate tab for basically, here are all your, like, premium currencies. Here are your, like, different gems that you equip. Now, I wish they did a bit better job explaining what all this stuff does. Like, I was not able to find what the heck potency meant anywhere. There's no descriptor, which is weird. Somebody's like resistance and damage makes a lot of sense, but I wish if you moused over it, it would explain how it impacts you. I guess just big numbers are better, but there you go. Oh, look, I just unlocked the amulet slots. So as you level up, you're going to get access to new slots. Early levels, you're not going to have any of these side ones. You're going to start with your basic items on the right-hand side. The right-hand side items are where you can add your legendary items. So this way you can have 6 legendary rings. There's a charm spot that won't unlock till later. And then your basic items, your kind of jewelry and your gloves, belt, and boots are going to have these basic sockets. So these like plus armor, plus damage sockets, etc. As opposed to the legendary gems. So like here's mine. I have lightning core. This is a 2 socket or tier 2 legendary one, and you can see you can level them up, etc. So and they have different effects. Where we go? Place the room.
It's good to feel warmth again. Now, to put this last rune in its place.
My strength returns to me. I can feel the magic coursing already. Now, for our arrangements. In order to restore the library, we must bring the central core back to life. We should head there and see the damage done firsthand. Only once the core is active will we be able to find the knowledge you seek. Shall we head forth?
We shall. Oh, and let me show you the skills too, real quick. So you have 1 or 2 primary attacks you can swap at will. And you can have up to 4 other abilities, and you unlock them. So like we have Bone Spike, Bone Wall, Command Skeleton, which I'm using, Corpse Explosion, Grim Scythe, which I'm using, Skeleton Mage, 1 movement ability, Wrath Form, which I don't use. And then there's going to be Corpse Lance, Bone Armor, Dark Curse, Bone Spirit, and then the ultimate level 50. I could say it ultimate, but it just, you unlock it at level 50. It's not for every build. Command Golem. So there's a decent amount of abilities you can use.
Created me to ensure his library's continuance.
And you can easily swap between them.
Dull, but vital task.
All right, moving on. And other than them being people in these kind of open areas, it's very similar to, Diablo 3. I guess I got ahead of him a little bit. Gonna make sure you walk with him.
Just as I thought, the core is dormant. Hold while I reawaken it.
Yeah,
It didn't work.
it fell.
I hate it when things don't obey my command. Ah, yes, of course that would happen. Remember what I said about not breaking things. Those may break immediately.
And notice I just maxed, I have my ultimate ready, which is R. If I cast that,
Still recharging.
your basic attack is like super powered.
That's over with.
It's-
Still,
It actually takes a long time to max out.
Not respond.
Like 10-15 minutes of fighting stuff at least, it seems like.
Has it been damaged?
There may be ways to make it faster, but I haven't found it yet.
No, something is escaping us. The core powers all of the mechanisms within the library. If activated, I could remove the barriers between us and the secret archive. But it refuses to heed my command. Our only course is to obtain the Master's Journal. It details the inner workings of the library. But that knowledge has been kept secret from me. It is held within the well of knowledge to the west, beyond the magical barriers that restrict my movement, and some of the Master's more unfortunate experiments. If we are to proceed, you must obtain it. Hurry back, if you would. I despise not having all the answers.
See. Oh, nice. Got a new ring. Got 2 rings now. That's good. Why is it telling me select? Oh, socket. And I like it. It kind of tells you, like, if you have an item that's socketed, that you haven't socketed yet. Select, and you can pick. Obviously, I like my damage ones. There we go. There's a lot of different ways to increase and optimize your loot through gems, etc. Some of it you can definitely
Without a corpse,
farm.
I cannot.
Pretty much all of it could be sped up through pay to win. So take that for what you will. But again, the only reason you should need pay to win buffs is only if you're trying to compete to be an immortal or one of the, you know, Shadow Council or something like that. If you don't care about that high-end PvP and PvE like EPing, then you really don't need any of it. But again, full disclosure, if I were to estimate the difference between a maxed out free-to-play player after like a couple months and somebody that's gone full whale spending like $100,000, and I'm not exaggerating, you could spend $100,000 on this game to max it out.
A seeker of knowledge.
I would say
Knowledge has a
the pay to win
heavy
player will
cost.
be 5 to 10 times more powerful. Like, you have no chance. They are gods. And they will one-shot you every time.
And what would that be?
Okay. Okay. But I mean, look how pretty it is. The production
Acquire
value is
the
definitely
knowledge
AAA.
of the ages and become a slave to it. Abandon the illusion of life.
Give it more time.
Here's my ultimate. And I'm spamming ultimate.
No, not yet.
It may not look like super spiffy. Oh, just kidding. Now it's open. There we go. So I summon. That was a
There is
little
always
overkill
more to
apparently.
comprehend. The balance is preserved.
And see, now I have to completely rebuild that again.
That image resembles the core, but the rest is a mystery. Perhaps the curator can make this clearer.
Apps. All right. I'm also wearing right now like the one of the cosmetics that you get with like the basic pass, so I can look kind of cool like that. In case people were wondering, here's like I have this, and I haven't unlocked the other ones, but I do have a couple of different weapons. So I could have this weapon set. That looks kind of cool. I have like the frosty one, and then this is the one I'm using because it kind of matches. And here are the ones I haven't paid for or unlocked. Kind of see what they look individually. It's kind of fun. And obviously they're going to have a ton more that they're going to add. So, I mean, if you want to look cool, I guess some people don't, they justify spending on cosmetics. I could see that. I mean, I think this game could have made more than enough money through the battle pass in cosmetics to be profitable. But this is Activision Blizzard and not Blizzard. So, unfortunately, I think the Activision side of it was like, nope, we gotta milk those whales. And considering you see games like Genshin Impact, how many billions of dollars they've made, I hate to say it, I can't blame them. the need, the greed is too great with these companies. Now, with that being said, as long as people don't rebel too much against this and enough whales pay for this, this game, the one good thing is that means they're going to add a ton of characters, and all the characters are always free to play, as far as, hopefully, as far as I know. And there's going to be a lot of content, so if you're somebody that played Diablo 3 and wish there were more expansions, because there was an expansion that was canceled, then you may love this, because this game will be supported for a while. Not me personally, you know, I'm waiting for Diablo 4, but I get worried. It would be really sad if this game makes so much money that it ends up getting way better support for the game than Diablo 4.
You have the journal.
I'm kind of hoping Diablo 4 has some light microtransactions like a battle pass, but minus the pay-to-win stuff. That would be a nice balance, because I know they need to make money more than just selling an expansion.
You have the journal. All the Master's knowledge. Oh, well, this poses a problem. The core, much like the Master's other creations, appears to be animated by living sand. This is why my magic does nothing. We must give life to the stone itself. You see, the Master was of the Ennead clan, and transmutation was his specialty. Myself, the golems, even those grisly experiments you fought through, we are all forms of artificial life. Sadly, making the spark that brings life to his creations is beyond my abilities. The Master preferred to keep his creations under tight control. But do not worry, that has never stopped me before. To the east is the Chaos Engine. We can use it to extract the life from golems in the area, which should provide us with means to reanimate the core. I hate to destroy the Master's creations, but some sacrifices must be made.
Obtain the remains of a golem, extract the essence of life, reanimate the core. A simple plan.
And there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Assistance required.
Give it more time.
There's also these like treasure chests throughout that spawn for everybody, but only one person can get them, or one group.
Curiosity. Who are you? Why assist golems?
It's a long story. Let us deal with our enemy first.
Discussion needed. Let us converse. Confusing actions. Why assist golems? Seeking potential reward.
Of
What?
course.
No. The Curator and I are attempting to restore the library's defenses, but we cannot do that without life essence.
Or golem essence.
Curator's companion. Answer is acceptable. Need further discussion.
It's the sloth golem guy.
Follow to camp.
Super slow talking.
Follow companion. Hidden enclave nearby. Life essence. You require. Yes. Examine golem remains.
I do want to point out, like, there's some cool things in this game, like they have the
spark of
armory.
life in this one
They have
is
different
fading.
loadouts and stuff, which is pretty
I
nice.
don't think this will be enough.
You do have a shared stash as well. for loot, you know, for when you have a bunch of stuff. So, yeah. I'm assuming there's ways to get more than one stash. I actually haven't seen them trying to sell it yet, but anyways. Continue here.
I'm sorry for your losses. Unfortunately, the life essence within these deceased golems is of no use. Are there any other options? Larger golems?
Options exist. The Eternal Guardian protects Private Sanctum, now quite demented. Better off destroyed.
An advanced golem that has already gone mad. That is indeed worth a look. You and your friends have been most helpful.
Unnecessary flattery. Glad to assist. You are welcome. Visit Enclave any time. We offer farewell, ally. Give Curator regards.
Alright, find Eternal Guardian. You also notice monsters and citizens drop. When you get these from the monsters, once you collect a bunch of them, you then turn them into this book, a bestiary book, and whenever you complete those, you get a little image, a little picture, but it also gives you kind of loot rewards, including legendary items, which is pretty cool. And there are no limitations on the actual legendary items, so you don't pay to win those. So the actual legendary items you get, but then unlocking their true potential, that's where the pay to win can come in. Now also, like, these little footsteps will take you to the path of least resistance, but oftentimes there are side paths, like let me show you here, that can give you other enemies. Sometimes there's going to be chests, and like mini events. Like take a look, here's a cursed chest event. So we're going to go ahead, click on that and start the event. So the optional stuff, it can definitely be more difficult. Oh, there we go. He like made it so I can. He blinded me there.
Foul creature. I need a corpse for that. No, not yet.
And again, depending on what class you're playing, this stuff will be easier or more difficult. Again, I feel like the Necromancer is probably the easiest to solo, since it can do both single target and AoE at range. And at range is where you want to be to avoid damage. There you go. So that's kind of an easy one. Sometimes these can be a little more difficult. And then there's also rare mobs. There was one that spawned here. Oh look, there's another treasure chest. And there was a rare mob that spawned here. I want to see if it'll respawn. Normally the respawns are pretty quick. There are also achievements for killing all the rares that will always just be on the off the beaten path in the story areas. So like if you want to find this stuff, all the achievements, you just got to go off the beaten path a little bit. But if you don't care, then you can just do the main story and skip it. I'm just saying if this will spawn really quick, because again, he disappeared, or somebody killed him, I'm assuming. I mean, maybe I killed him, but I don't think I did. And on the mini-map, it shows up like a little gold icon. The legendaries or the rare enemies.
No, not yet.
Rather, the blue are the rares, and like the epic or special ones are yellow.
Death is patient.
If you saw, those are the corpses on the ground that I spawned. Obviously, enemies will spawn the corpses, but so will the bone scythe ability.
Give it more time.
And Bone Scythe is the way to make sure you can have like infinite. Alright, I'm not really gonna waste time staying around here. If it doesn't spawn next 30 seconds, we'll just keep on going. As you notice, the respawn rates are rather quick. Which is good in case there's a lot of people in the area. Because sometimes there'll be a little quest to do it all. Alright, I'm just gonna move on. I don't really care about that rare that much.
No, not yet.
Yep. And these chests do respawn pretty quickly. They're not that great. They normally just drop like random little items. The curse quests do give you the little challenges, and they'll actually give you decent loot. But the basic chests that you compete for are nothing to kind of write home about. And you see here, you see the ultimate bar that builds up as you use your main attack.
I must wait, it seems.
Of course, chat can be a bit toxic. This guy's like, this game feels kind of terrible. And somebody responds to him, you feel kind of terrible. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, overall, if you accept the game for what it is, there's potential to enjoy it. If you just don't like the fact that it's pay to win and don't want it to be pay to win, you're not gonna win, unfortunately. Do I think you can enjoy the story and gameplay pay to win, free to play? You can. Again, as long as you're okay doing no PvP and really not getting caught up in the
bridge must have controls around somewhere.
getting competitive.
Perhaps the devices on the sides?
None are welcome in the Master's sanctum.
No, not yet. I must wait, it seems. That ability must recharge. I need a corpse for that. Give it more time. I must wait, it seems.
And so you see, as a Necromancer, you can mainly have your skeletons kind of tank. You can respawn them. And then you can kind of mainly avoid the mechanics and then burst DPS whenever you
This
can.
golem was certainly more advanced than the others. Hopefully the Chaos Engine can extract enough essence from it. First, however, I need to find a way out of here.
Get some upgrades. Oh, we got some new boots. Equip. Transfer sockets. Oh, and now these new ones have 3. So I can add a 3rd socket. There we go.
These runes look familiar. Is this some sort of portal device? Perhaps it can be attuned to reach the Chaos Engine somehow.
Okay. Search for an exit. sure it's gonna have to be something kind of obvious. Alright, I think there's an orb. I mean, can you move these orbs somehow? Boo. Like one of them was missing. Orb.
Alignment accepted. Destination, Chaos Engine. Magical energies are nearly depleted.
Okay, I guess all I have to do is click it.
Is one way. Transfer to Chaos Engine. Beginning.
It worked. Now, let's see if this Chaos Engine can create the spark of life. The remains are inside, yet the engine is inactive. Those glowing orbs have to be the key.
Okay. Again, with the mousing over on this is a little finicky, but there you go. With the touchscreen controls, it's very, very intuitive.
The hungering dead are being drawn to the orb like moths to a flame. I can't let them interfere. Still recharging.
This is why corpse explosion is so good.
I must wait, it seems.
When they do the mobbing here.
They're still coming. I had best activate the other orb quickly.
Super
A trembling in the stone.
easy.
More of the damned will be here soon. And in
Now
greater
the
number.
challenge rifts can be challenging though, so those will be, but it's mainly like it's you know, the damage throughput that you have to meet.
That ability must recharge. Give it more time. That ability must recharge.
Corp explosion!
Not yet.
Yeah, yes, it is just as powerful as in Diablo 2.
Still recharging. I must wait, it seems. Still recharging.
Won't lie, it does feel really good.
And rot.
Pick the spark of life. Don't know how I reach it from there, but okay. Super reach skill.
Pulses as if it were a beating heart. The curator will want to see this. Death is patient. Your death will balance the scales. I must wait, it seems. Without a corpse, I cannot. Give it more time.
I don't really want to track this. Disable that. Kind of annoying. I like doing all the little quests. But one of them tells me to join a guild. I'm like, but what if I don't want to join a guild right now? I guess you could join one and quit one. Get it done.
Death is patient. That ability must recharge. That requires a corpse. Death is patient.
And you also notice whenever you unlock some new feature, it will literally like scream it at you until you like interact with it. I find it a little annoying, but at least it does make sure you don't miss stuff. So we'll check it out in a second.
Your corpses are mine.
All your corpses are belong to us. Alright, so let's see. Oh, warband, yeah. It's trying to tell me, oh, join a guild. I'm cool.
That ability must recharge.
You could always start a channel guild, but I don't know. We'll have to see if this game it really, you know, keeps interest long enough. So here's a rare. You just saw the guy fighting. In fact, this game is really good at communicating things that need your attention. You'll notice here when there's a little red icon next to my codex, these are things that you've kind of unlocked claims for these points for Battle Pass. So we killed 1,600 monsters. We claim these points. It goes towards our Battle Pass. Here's some new ones on unlock. Conquest is like PvP. I don't get this. It's just like you get points for getting certain item levels. Oh, God.
Do you have the life essence? Let me see it.
Shall deliver the spark of life.
You have done it. Remarkable. Now the rest is up to me. That have stymied my progress for so long have finally fallen away. It is done. I am in control once more. Even the Master's archives are open to me now. Excellently accomplished, my compatriot. I think you have waited long enough for the knowledge you seek.
Will he turn on us, though, is the question.
I will go on ahead and search for the tome. Meet me in the Archive of Secrets just up the stairwell. There we will uncover the means of destroying those pesky worldstone shards of yours.
And that's the main story, by the way. These, you know, worldstone shards have been released on the world, and a bunch of baddies have gotten a hold of them. In fact, that's the only way to know where they are is when somebody's abusing their power. And you kill enemies, and your goal is to destroy them, but early on in the story, you have no way of knowing how to destroy them, so this is where we got to this point, trying to get the secrets of how to destroy these world stones.
To walk these halls once more. Here we are.
Looks like he's floating.
His account of destruction's end. This tome is no light reading. The Master transcribed his memories in a way that left them perfectly intact and available for others to experience. It will require a space less filled with cockroaches and maddened golems, however. Come, further to the north, there is an old chamber that the Master used for the purpose of reliving his memories.
All right.
Head through here, turn left, and ascend the stairs. Destroying the World Stone is a curious endeavor. It seems better to use such power, don't you think? Still, it is none of my business. Although, when you're done, Perhaps you'll share the story with me. This is the place. One moment, please.
All right. And here it is. So this is the dungeon. This was a time where you can find a party. Eventually, you're going to be able to play this on. So you can make a custom party. You can do a finder. I'm going to go solo. There's also going to be normal and hell difficulty for solo players. And if you do, I guess, sorry, hell 1 is you have to be at least 2 players, and hell 2 and above is 4 players. I think it's kind of annoying that you can't do it solo, but I think you should be able to at least try it. But
this tale is from before. Before Baal led his army. Before he breached the gates of Seshron and put the barbarian city to the sword. Before, 1,000 times before. To the time of the Horadrim, who faced the Lord of Destruction and imprisoned him within the Soul Stone.
so these dungeons right now, obviously, not only do they all have a story, they're higher difficulty, and they're kind of like the key of the progression through the story. And at the end, as you're gonna see, we'll have that kind of one of the few times it really kind of pushes in your face to buy some microtransactions.
You've arrived. Sultan Kulle and Tal Rasha are already fighting below. Here, I'll open the way.
Although those are the least of the predatory
The
ones.
demons are trying to keep us from the prime evil. Join me in foiling their efforts, would you?
Seeing if there's anything on the side, but it doesn't look like it.
Death is patient.
Death is patient. Is not supposed to be love is patient? I guess not for a necromancer.
Dead. How splendid. Come, let us meet up with Tal Rasha before he too is a corpse.
Tal Rasha. Tal
I need a
Rasha's
corpse for
legendary
that.
set.
I must wait, it seems. Give it more time. No, not yet. Give it more time. That ability must recharge. My wounds mend. I must wait, it seems.
As you see here, just everything is a little tougher to kill than the normal story. And obviously it's not open world,
Give
so
it more time.
if anybody
That
that's
requires
watched
a
and said,
corpse.
oh, all that stuff feels really easy,
No,
the main
not
story,
yet.
it's not really meant to be super hard. The challenge is supposed to be in these main dungeons and then the challenge rift.
Your corpses are mine!
I need a corpse for that.
This cool fighting alongside Zoltun Cool. Somebody that you obviously face off in Diablo 3.
I must wait, it seems.
Welcome, my friends. Come, help me
Tal
strike down these
Rasha.
demons, and we can pursue their master.
That ability must recharge. Without a corpse, I cannot.
It's like, oh my god, I'm stuck. Kill Tal Rasha! I love you, have my
I must wait,
baby!
it seems.
Search for bomb.
Die.
Huh?
Rot.
Oh, there we go.
Those who seek
Oh,
destruction
you guys remember this guy?
shall find it.
Alright, bust out the ultimate.
Give it more time.
He's been weakened. We must use the Soul Stone. What is the strength of man against hell itself?
That doesn't work.
Damn it! All that remains is a sword. Zoltun, take the others through the valley below. I will teleport to Bale and buy us time.
That brazen fool has no idea what he's doing. Come with me, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Bale will overwhelm Tal Rasha if we tarry. As appealing as that notion is, we cannot fail in this endeavor. So, are you ready to fight through a ravenous horde of
Hell
demons?
yeah.
Then allow me to open the way.
Oh, and there's a timer. So that's the other
Is
thing.
patient.
A lot of times it's gonna be they are timed, so if you're not playing optimally or are under geared or just
That
have a
ability must
crappy build,
recharge.
you could theoretically fail.
More hellflame to remove from our
But
path.
it's generally pretty
Very
general, generous.
No, not yet. I need a corpse for that.
Interesting. This wall is much stronger than the others. Guard me while I dispel it.
I must wait, it seems. Death is patient. No, not yet.
Your ally suffers. Join him in his pain.
No, thank you.
No, not yet. Death is patient.
Die and rot.
Well
Yeah, we
done.
only got a bonus
Now,
chest.
let us
We're
reach
going
Tal
fast enough.
Rasha and end this.
Just in time, my friends.
That ability must recharge. Without a corpse, I cannot. No, not yet.
I will tear you apart, limb from limb.
Will he though?
Rogam, do not lose faith. Victory is still within our grasp.
Still recharging. Death is patient.
Keep. I will deal with Bale's minions.
That ability must recharge. I must wait, it seems. Death is patient. No, not yet. I must wait, it seems.
Keep fighting the Demon Lord. I will deal with Baal's minions.
That ability must recharge.
Baal, may this shard be your eternal prison.
Bye, 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 bye.
It is done.
Yes, but it will not hold. The primeval spirit is straining at its cage. The shard will not contain him for long.
Then we must obtain another soul stone.
Are you mad? Only an archangel's weapon can cleave the world stone, and this sliver will not make it to Ariat.
Tyrael, he will have answers. I assure you, Baal will not roam free again. But we can have this conversation later.
We're supposed to get a chest. All right, there you go. And so that's the end of a dungeon. Now let's see. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what you're going to see here when you complete it. Yeah, normally it pops up. There it is. See, a one-time bundle is now available. So it only pops up in this little section. This one-time bundle is now available in the shop. And so this one is this section's end trove. Now notice this value isn't quite as good. This price keeps going up. Originally it was 99 cents, then $4.99, now $6.99. And it used to be plus 500 some percent value, and then it went to like 400, now $260. So it's like they're weaning you off of it. And what does it give you? It gives you eternal orbs. So these are the currency for the cosmetics. You can directly buy legendary crests for these. I believe it's 160 each. You actually get some of the legendary crests, and these are the ones that the only way you can get 5-star legendary gems. And then they also give you normal crests, and so these are just for doing dungeons, but you're never gonna get the 5-star legendary gems. You have a chance at getting 1 and 2-star ones, but for example, it's like up to a 10% chance. While these give you a 100% chance to get a legendary gem, but the 5-star ones are only a 5% chance. So anyway, so do I think this is super obtrusive? No. They don't, outside of the first time, they don't really stick it in your face. It's there, it's available forever. You can only buy it once. So those are, I think, okay. So you'll notice I have one for Talrash's Tome, and here's the perfect example. Here's the one here. Here's what they gave you originally. This was 390% value. Now it's 260. I'm guessing the next one's going to be even lower. They're really weaning you off the savings. So this is really, be careful. If you have an addictive personality to spending, this is how to get you. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like getting the itch, and you're going and spending $100 for 6,000 of this, and then you're going and buying a crest, because notice one of them is 160. I love how they don't even give you a value. Like you buy 10, you don't get anything extra. So yeah, and you can kind of do the math here. So if one is 160 and it's 90 cents for 60, so it's about, on 120 is $2. It's about $2.50 for one of those, and that's kind of predatory. Not kind of, it's very predatory.
It was beyond belief. I partook in the battle against the demon lord Baal. I saw Zoltun cool. He spoke with Tal Rasha, saying only an archangel's weapon could damage the Worldstone.
Well, that makes things complicated. The Masters seem to only know of 2 such weapons gracing Sanctuary with their presence. One was Eldruin, a weapon belonging to Tyrael, Good luck getting him to let go of it.
Hmm.
The other, however, was called Ylnira. It was bequeathed by an angelic artisan to her child, and hidden away by the ancients. Supposedly, it rests within the Temple of Namari, on an island with the name Bilefen. I assume that's where you'll want to go next, yes? I believe I have one last gift I can offer you. A way to make your journey much shorter. Stay close to me, would you?
Auto navigation. Recommend activities to earn experience. Navigate. Bounties, Elder Rift, Battle Pass. Yep. We're 36, so we're doing pretty good there. Oh, interesting. So the next part of the major quest line is now basically locked behind... it looks like it's locked behind leveling. But there we go. So you can get to the new area, but you can't do the quests yet. So I will go and navigate to the waypoint. So we have them. So here it is, Belial 40 to 45. And here's everything we've been through. So there was West March, Wortham 1 to 12, Ashenwood Cemetery, Darkwoods. Then we went, where was the... Oh, here it is. Yep, there it is. Shassar C, Library of Zoltun Cool. And then we're going to be going here, and then you can see all the way up to above 50. Frozen Tundra is going to be the last area. So let me go and get that saved. And I think that's going to be a probably good spot for me to end this stream. You know what I will actually do, because it'll help out, because again it tells you, hey, do these Elden Rifts. I'll do an Elden Rift to kind of show what it's like. I feel like that's going to be good. Oh, here's a purple. So I think this is a rare.
Give it more time.
Let's see how we do against it.
I must wait, it seems.
It's level 40, so...
Death is patient.
Again, it's easier for somebody like me to kill it because I'm at range. You can kind of make up for under somebody else there too. Did we not get anything from that? That was weird. I feel like we should have gotten something from that. I don't know if it's because the other person was part of it as well. Maybe didn't give it to me. I don't know. Let's go figure out that that waypoint.
My health is restored.
And I'll show you guys something cool too. Alright, so let's say you want to actually go to one of your quests. So open the Heliquary, go here, and you click on it, and it'll actually teleport you where you need to go. Right from your quest. And here we are in town. And I'll even guide your hand to get there. Now I actually want to go and sell stuff really quick here at the blacksmith, because my inventory is getting a little overdone. Let's see, anything else to upgrade? Alright, we got some ring upgrades, that's good. Oh, nice. Switch fingers. There we go. Didn't even know what slot to equip to. So now we can socket gems. Yellow, I don't even know what potency is, but sounds more offensive. There we go. Now it's very easy to at least break stuff down.
What do you need, friend?
You go to services at the blacksmith, and here it says, you know, salvage all of the different types. Boom. And then salvaging will return socketed gems, which is really nice. You never lose anything and tell you what you get back here. You can also upgrade your slots, and they actually never get weaker. So here, let's upgrade this slot. Ups your stats. And so what's kind of cool, this is not upgrading the Peace Hammer. It's upgrading the spot. So if we go ahead and put another legendary in there, it's also going to be rank 1. Like, I've already upgraded my shoulder slot a couple of times. And we have quite a bit of resources. So let's go ahead and upgrade these slots a little bit to make myself more slotty, more powerful. We'll go one more. The cost to get exponentially more. So now we're only getting like 2 each. But now, if we did that one more time, it would cost almost all our material. So we're not going to do that. I've been meaning to do this. I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably do some of this on my review video, but you can kind of see here. I do have 125,000 gold just from playing. You can upgrade these early ones quite easily. What's nice is at the lower levels, at least it looks like it's mainly gold and a little bit of these essences, the enchanted dust. But then it does scale quite a bit. So at first it costs 1, then it costs 10, then it costs 30. So it kind of makes sense to evenly level up your gear. So, you know, pay for the ones that are like 10, etc. This one over here on the side, it seems way more expensive. So, and you can only upgrade it once you have epic or legendary pieces here. So you notice these are blue items. It cannot be upgraded. So, just something to keep in mind. And this is all the like free ways to upgrade your gear.
I hope that can help.
Cool. And then again, as I mentioned, let's say they're just claiming stuff. I'll leave that for later. Well, let's see here. Here's the quest lines. Talk to Kane. And you can literally click on it and it'll auto-navigate to there. Just kind of cool. So if you're having a drink or something. Again, this only works in town and in areas you've already explored, quote unquote. This has been shown in other like mobile games in the past, and it's kind of nice. And let's see. And as I mentioned, most of the voiceovers or text is voiced over, but then randomly, like here, this Deckard Cain isn't. So my friend, there's someone you should meet, a colleague of Charles named Rayek. He's a survivor of Ariat and something of an intellect. His Audrin's expertise combined with Charles' skills at the forge is already bearing fruit. Now, I want to point out, I'm almost level 40. I'm like, 36? And I haven't unlocked all the features. So basically between level 1 and 50, it's going to slowly unlock the different item slots, the different features like crafting, jewel crafting, etc. So it's a nice, smooth introduction. Very good for casual players to learn things. All right, see what else he says. So yeah, it's weird. None of this is talking right now. He's been studying the Ephrin tree. It's the ancient gnarled thing that sits in the middle of Westmarch. Legend says it was planted by King Rakis when Westmarch was founded. But Rayek believes otherwise. He suspects the tree to be as old as Sanctuary itself. With Charzy's help, he built a device that has detected dark energy emanating from the tree. I suspect he'd use your help. Find him and send him my regards. All right. So let's do one last thing here. Before I do, I'm going to show you these quests, these Elder Rifts. And again, what's kind of cool here is you can click on it and it'll literally navigate you to in town where it is. Not like it's hidden, but well, autopilot's not bad. And I will go ahead and show you what one of these runs is like. Now there's two different ones. There's the challenge ones, and then there's the normal ones. And this is where you use your crests. So this is very, very important. So notice here you have rare crests and legendary crests. I've gotten 2 just from the game, and so if you remove them, baseline you get a chance at a legendary gem very, very low. But if you put in one of these, you are now guaranteed to get one. And it looks like you can actually put up to 3 of them in. So you could basically put up to $7.50 worth of legendary crests in there, which is a little nutty. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add 3 of the normal ones. Now this will make it more difficult, but it's going to give you better rewards, etc. So let's go ahead. You can do it party or solo. We'll do a quick solo run. Let's see how we do. Just like in Diablo Rifts, there is a time limit. So here are the buffs. We get plus 20 movement speed. You can move through enemies, but monsters sometimes resurrect. Alright, and now you notice there's a little timer here. Where is it? Should be on the left. Maybe there isn't this time? No, maybe there is. Or maybe that was just a timed one. The challenge, right? I know the challenge rifts definitely have a time limit.
It seems.
Because you're competing to go as fast as you can. But this is how you farm for loot and experience when you run out of quests to do because your level's too low. But again, I just right now ran into a kind of like a EXP wall at 36. So all the way to 36,
must recharge.
I was able to just go through the story.
I need a corpse for that.
Casually. But I have to get level 40 before I can move on with the story.
Give it more time.
But again, it's taken about 10 hours playing relatively casually to get to 36. And the max level right now is 50.
Give it more time.
So it's not like getting max level is going to be terribly difficult.
That ability must recharge. Better. The shadows rise against you, monster. Give it more time.
Oh, look at that, we got a legendary.
Die and rot.
And actually, let's equip that. Well, actually, it won't let me. We got to go to an actually a vendor. And what's kind of cool is you can literally click visit the identifier, and it'll take you where you need to go if you don't remember where it is in town or something. So it makes it really easy on you. I'm actually stoked to get a shield.
Need a corpse for that. No, not yet. Give it more time.
Here's some rares.
That ability
What's
must
weird, there's supposed to be, I don't know if it's because I'm playing on PC.
I cannot.
So it's supposed to show me a bar with my progress. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it was hiding. So my bad.
No,
I knew it was there. I don't know why it was hiding. But see, here's the bar of my progress and the little timer. That's your, in order to get all the bonuses, you have to fill this bar in before the timer runs out. So I'm clearly quite a bit ahead of schedule. And just like in Diablo 3, you get a bunch of progress on the bar for killing rares. And then killing all the regular stuff, you know, only gives you a tiny amount comparatively. So really, there's something to be said about. I'm sure there's going to be a meta of like dragging all the trash to the rares and just AoE killing.
I need a corpse for that.
Some classes are better than that than others. Like I know the Crusader is really good at doing that. Maybe the Barbarian with their whirlwind attack.
No, not yet.
Might be. I feel like the Necromancer is good at systematically going and kind of killing people.
Is inevitable. Your death will balance the scales. Death is patient. Without a corpse, I cannot.
There we go. We're almost done.
Give it more time.
So as you see, these rifts are really meant to take a couple minutes. It's gonna make sense since most people are playing this on a phone, and right here I'm playing it on a PC. Now again, I will give him credit that you can play on both PC and your phone, and it's seamlessly swapped. You can start on one because it will. You do link your Battle.net account, and you can literally, you know, leave
No,
home.
not yet. That
And
requires
if
a
you're like
corpse.
taking a bus somewhere or somebody else is driving, you can play on your phone or
Give it more
tablet.
time.
Get back home, get back on
I
your
need a corpse
PC.
for that.
So if you want to obsess about it, there's definitely ways to do that.
corpses are mine! No, not yet. I must wait, it seems. That requires a corpse.
There we go. Alright. We should now there it is. And now it spawns demon. So this is just like with the bosses in Diablo 3.
No, not yet.
And again, what I like about the Necro is, you
I
notice
must wait,
my
it
little
seems.
pets are attacking while I'm dodging the mechanics. So when he's doing special abilities, some other classes have to just run for the lives. But I'm
That
still doing my
ability must
most of my
recharge.
DPS.
Give it more time.
Which I feel is a big advantage for this class. And there we go. We just completed the rift. Now because we got some bonuses because we filled it quickly. There's a blacksmith
What
that
can I
pops
do
up,
for you?
which is really nice. So you can
Back to
salvage
work,
all your
then.
gear here that you don't want. Again, we're gonna go equip our best in slot items. And then obviously the legendaries we're gonna go check out in a second.
Need something reforged?
Let's salvage. So I appreciate this fact that you can just quickly do this.
A job well
So
done.
if you're farming a bunch of these, you can just finish this, return it. Lets you exit exactly where you're at, or go to the other plaza. The secondary plaza is where you can identify, market, identify things, craft. So we're gonna actually go there right now. I like that a lot, actually. And now let's say you like, oh no, where do I identify this? I don't know. Visit identifier, and it auto runs you there. So if you're in the wrong area, it'll teleport you there. But this is like, again, really nice and idiot proof. And it's a nice quality of life. There you go.
No
You go here,
secret
she
remains.
identifies
I hope
for
I
free.
was of assistance.
And so we already had a simulacrum. And now we have welcome end. And so this right here, they all have legendary power. Skeleton Mage now summons a powerful Grim Reaper, but has a long... Oh! Alright. That's really cool. Let's see what it looks like. So, I like that. I'm also going to show you one last feature before I finish. So let's see what this... Oh! Look at that Grim Reaper! And it moves with you! Are you freaking kidding me? So it's no longer stationary. So, that's really cool. These different modifiers. So it looks like he's gonna die, and there's going to be about a 10-second cooldown before we have him again. But that's pretty baller. Now the final thing I wanted to show is the transfer of essences. Let me see, where is that exactly? Essence transfer. Here we go. So this is basically the same thing with in Diablo 3, where you can sacrifice legendaries to
Let us
absorb the
forge,
legendary
and you will
powers
return
and then
again.
apply it to different items.
I've seen
Let
it
us
in my
forge.
So, extracting, for example, and then you can also inherit them. So let's say I like this item, but I didn't like this Green Reaper ability. I could do something else. Now I like these because my builds are all about summoning, so this is perfect for me. But what's really cool here is you can look at all the ones in the game, and some of them are really cool. So here are all the legendary weapons for the Necromancer, and a lot of them will be like basic damage increases. But there's some really cool ones. Like here's this one, Priest Grub Knife. Command Golem now summons a stone golem that throws boulders at enemies and rolls through enemies instead of leaping. Or here's another one, Account for Weakness. Command Golem now summons a skeletal golem that consumes and gains power from all nearby corpses, which damages all enemies in the path as it leaps. So you could combo this with, let's say, the Scythe that creates corpses to get you even more powerful golem. Or maybe you want this one. Command Golem now summons a molten golem that continually burns all enemies instead of forcing them to attack it or stunning them. So this is a cool way to modify things. The simulacrum I had already unlocked. So again, if I wanted to, I could have extracted one of my items. So and here is again the overview. Essence can be extracted from any legendary items. Extracted essence can be transferred onto other legendary items of the same type. The items will be permanently destroyed though. So, and inherited items can be reset to their original states at any time, which is really, really cool and cool. So here's the extraction, for example. Like, I don't need it because I already have it. But if I wanted to, if I had this one, if let's say I found a Blight Maw, I could have basically paid 3,000 gold to extract this power. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, so those are the things I want to show for now. So my goal now is going to be to hit level 40 so I can continue on the quest line and go from there. There are daily bounties that you can go around and get on the low bounty board. And those are really, really simple. When you pick them up, all you literally do is you click on them. It'll teleport you to the area that you're at, where those bounties are. They're always going to be in areas you've already kind of accessed or cleared. And then you can literally auto navigate to the quest area, and then you normally just kill mobs in the area. Some of them are a little busted, where for some reason the spawn rates are really bad, but most of them you can do in just a minute or two. And you can do up to 8 of them every 24 hours. So anyways, that's everything for now. If you have any questions and you see this video in the next 12 to 24 hours or so, you can leave questions in the comments below. I'll answer them, and if there's anything important that I didn't think of, I will mention it in my review. Again, my plan is tomorrow to give a review that's going to be roughly 20 hours played in review. It should be with me, hopefully, at level 50 or pretty close to it, with the game mainly completed, and I'll give my overall thoughts at that point of whether the pay to win gets worse or not, or how enjoyable I am enjoying the game, with the main goal again of only spending $20 on it. So look forward to that. Thank you for watching, for liking, and for all the support. You guys have a good one.